Broncos country. Let's ride.
どうしたんだ。
Hi. Oh, shit. Hi, and welcome to this video about the 2022 Denver Broncos and how bizarre and how awful this season was and how it broke my spirit. But how, at the same time, I'm hopeful for next year. Especially thanks to these last two games. Anyways, my name's Luis and I'm a Klutz, and you'll see that for yourself. Now, for a little context as to why I'm talking about the Broncos, and to prove and to make sure that none of you guys are like, well, don't you follow the Rams? Don't you follow the Saints? I do, but I've been a Broncos fan since I could remember. In fact, I grew up in Colorado and was raised there up until I was 5, and then we moved afterwards. But I'm a Saints fan because of my dad, and I became a Rams fan once I moved to LA back in 2016. And I know it's not the focus of the video. I do hope to make a video one day explaining how I became a fan of those teams and my experiences with them, because they're really interesting. At least as far as I think, they're really interesting. Just things to talk about. But just know that when I tell you that I love these three teams, I really do. I love them, and I mean it. And I love the sport of football too, in general. Sometimes I'll root for, especially, like this year, where none of them made the playoffs. That's nice. That's really nice. Like, I'm not going to be hateful and spiteful and say, oh, fuck all the teams. I hope they all lose. Like, yeah, there's certain teams that I don't want to win, like 49ers or the Chiefs again. But I don't completely hate them. I'll say that I hate them, but, they're good teams. They're good teams. Like the 49ers could... Okay, I'm not going to rag on them, but Brock Purdy, really? How is he doing it? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, that was a tangent. Sorry about that. As far as this season, I was really excited for the Broncos. We had gotten new ownership. We got Russell Wilson as our new QB.
Mr. Unlimited. You gotta be unlimited.
And we got a new head coach. I didn't care about the head coaching stuff because, I always thought it was a quarterback problem, or just we didn't have that one piece. And Hackett seemed okay. He came off of Aaron Rodgers' 2 MVP seasons, so hey, he must be decently well, but at the same time, he wasn't a head coach. He was just an offensive coordinator. But, we needed offense, so that was fine. And, new management or new ownership, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Walmart owns us. That means we're gonna have a ton of money to just do a bunch of stuff. And I mean, I'm not wrong. They have already done some stuff, and we're certainly able to acquire more stuff. Obviously, there's a cap in place, but it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that If we need something done, when it comes to money-wise, it'll be done. And Russell Wilson.
Be careful though. It's spicy.
We got Russell Wilson.
You ever done anything dangerous?
I mean, we got a Hall of Famer as our QB. That's cool. Hell yeah. And at least when you compared it to the other options that we had, you know, possibly getting Aaron Rodgers or drafting a QB, that's probably the better one. I mean, we could have gone Rodgers, but after this season, he's not looking too good. He's regressing worse than Russell Wilson. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. That could be me just saying stuff to not feel as bad. He's always at odds with his front office. He's always just trying to play it off or something. And then, as far as drafting a quarterback, yeah, we could have drafted Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Malik Willis, and I think there's another guy. I'm forgetting him. But yeah, we could have drafted any one of them. But developing quarterbacks is not our thing, especially not when we're getting a new head coach. We have tried drafting so many quarterbacks and it has not panned out whatsoever. That's just the truth. Plus, it would be a process too. It wouldn't be like immediately 1 or 2 years. We wouldn't know what would happen until, like, I don't know, 3 years in. And we don't have that time. We really don't. So taking Russ just sounded logical. We have Patton too, you know, George Patton. Oh, he's not. I mispronounced his name. I don't know, it's just spelled weird. But apparently it's George Payton. I always get tricked up by that. Like General Patton, George Payton. Anyways, guys. Sorry. Anyways, he has proven himself as a solid GM with his first draft, you know, being really good. He took Javonte Williams, turned out to be pretty good. Baron Browning, solid player. And obviously, PS2, Pat Surtain. I love that kid. I really do. He's so fucking cool. He's so awesome. People dote on Sauce Gardner, but PS2. I love him. Oh, I can't wait to see how he pans out. He's really great. He's awesome. And we were headed in the right direction this year. I wanted to believe that we were. I expected us to finish with a 13-4 record at best and a 11-6 record at worst, with us at least making a wild card or, you know, clinching the division maybe. But looking back, I really was delusional. I was I was on cloud 9. I don't know what I was thinking, but nobody could have predicted this. Nobody could have predicted what happened. We had the QB and we had a new head coach, so it felt like that was the only thing we were missing. Our defense was still solid. We had a okay O-line. So what happened? What happened? Before I go on. But don't ever buy tickets for a game months ahead. Because I bought a ticket for the Chiefs vs. Broncos before the season even started, and come December, the ticket prices were like $200 cheaper, and I kind of didn't even want to go at that point, but I did end up going, so I'll talk about that later on in this video. Before the season started, we kind of had some omens that we should have paid attention to. I'm saying this only jokingly, not jokingly, and as a superstitious sports fan, I chose to ignore them, which is fine, you know, but I tend to not ignore superstitions. First, it was Tim Patrick getting injured and tearing his ACL, or just a season-ending injury. I just don't know what it was. He was out before the season even started. And onto the really, really strange thing was that random fire at Mile High Stadium.
Broncos country, let's rock. Broncos country, let's rock. Broncos country.
Which was random. Why does that even happen? Why did it even happen again? I don't know. But, hey, at least we got those funny memes, right? And besides that, we had a lot of analysts picking us to win the division. Well, not a lot, but we had a good amount. And everybody had us making the playoffs. I personally thought that we would sweep the Raiders and exchange wins with the Chargers, or maybe even sweep them, and at least take one away from the Chiefs, which we kind of almost did, you know, but that's not the point. We practically got swept by the AFC West this year. We only avoided that fate at the very end, thankfully. Anyways, quick recap of what each week brought on. Week 1. It was a splash of cold water. I mean, losing to Seattle, it must be a fluke win for them. I mean, how do we fumble 2 times in the red zone and miss that game-winning field goal? Well, can't get worse than this, right? Week 2, being down 6-9 in the third quarter against the Texans, and Russ really only scored a touchdown. Well, a win is a win. We're on the win column, so it doesn't matter. Week 3, Sunday Night Football, it's 49ers, and oh my God, Garoppolo, you pulled a Denver Bronco. Oh, oh, what the? Oh, our defense is just fantastic. They're great, but where's our offense? Where are they? Week 4. I really hate Melvin Gordon. And, oh, we lost Javonte Williams. Week 5. I don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Week 6. No. Week 7. We got Tavius Murray from the Saints. Oh, Russ is not playing. But Ripken has beaten the Jets before, so he can probably do it again. And we did. Oh, right. No PI calls against Sauce Gardner. That's really awesome. That's cool. Good job, NFL. You know? You guys just are so consistent. You're on par with NBA refs, aren't you? Okay, NBA refs are definitely more petty than us. Week 8. High knees to victory?
Down the aisles. Everybody was knocked out. I was doing high knees and working on my legs and everything else, make sure I'm ready to rock.
Well, we beat the Jags in London, so that's nice. What isn't nice is that we're 3-5 heading into our bye week. Week 9, our bye week, we traded Bradley Chubb to the Miami Dolphins for a first-round pick. It's sad to see him go, but hey, at least we get a first-round pick, and if anything, we were probably gonna have to pay him a lot of money. But it sucks to see him go. Honestly, he was a really solid player. Yeah, he got injured a good amount of times, not several times, but he did get injured decently. But besides that, he was a solid player. And he'll be missed, but yeah, I hope he does well in Miami. Week 10, hard-fought game against Tennessee. In Tennessee, we still lost. We lost. Oh, we got really well. Week 11. Oh, no. Please cut this guy. Please cut Gordon. I've had enough of him. Get him out of here. And oh, not another overtime. Oh no, not another overtime. Please no, I can't do this. And we got swept by the Raiders. That's just nice. That's just so nice. I can't do it. I can't do it. In week 12, we lost to Sam Darnold and the Panthers. Why? It really can't get worse than this. Week 13, we lost in the last minute. We couldn't even score a touchdown. Also, McManus is clearly aging. I know he's I believe the last Bronco remaining from that Super Bowl 50 team, but we need to start looking for a new kicker. No hate to McManus. You're cool. Week 14. What a beautiful dream. It was like hope had risen in my heart. That run from the second quarter up until Russ got knocked out. It was really beautiful. Oh, right. We are officially eliminated from the playoff race. Back to reality. Week 15. We thrashed that awful franchise that is the Cardinals. I don't know how Cliff Kingsbury still has a job. Oh, wait, he doesn't. He got fired. There we go. I don't know, Cardinals. I don't feel sympathy for you because, obviously, you're in the same division as my Rams. And, well, the Broncos own you at home. You guys have never beaten anyone. Isn't it surprising that the Cardinals have never beaten the Broncos at home? That's really crazy. That's pretty cool. But yeah, hey. I'm not going to say improved Cardinals, but hey, you guys got out of a good situation, just like we did. Week 16. This was my most anticipated game before the season even started. In fact, I even considered going to this game instead of the Chiefs one, but I'm glad I didn't because it was just utter destruction. And thank you, Rams, for just destroying us. And the only good thing that came out of this, other than the fact that the Rams, played really good when they should have not played that good, because realistically, you guys should have played good against a Seahawks last week, but hey, you guys pick your own battles, and I'm gonna get to that later on in this video. But damn it, why can't you have pulled this fucking performance against the Seahawks to let the Lions go into the playoffs? Whatever. Point being is, thank you for helping us get rid of Hackett. We really needed to get rid of him. We also got rid of some other stuff. Things looked up after this awful Christmas present. Week 17. Just like back in Denver, we fought hard against the Chiefs and we didn't give up. Except this time we only lost by 3 and not 6. So by that logic, next time we'll lose by 1.5 points, and then the time after that we'll lose by 0.75 points, and then the time... You get the point. Also, Mahomes, it's clear that our secondary owns him. Oh, but clearly not enough to get... No. We own him. We own Mahomes. Oh, actually, no. Shut up. We own Mahomes. 4 picks against us in these 2 games. And he really... Well, some of these picks were really dumb. But whatever. We own Mahomes. Even though we haven't beaten him in 15. Oh, that's right. We have lost to the Chiefs 15 games in a row. We haven't beaten them in 15 games. Oh my god. You know what that does to a man, right? You know what that does to a man? That's not the point, though. We played really good. And the refs screwed us there. Like, what was that call? That PI call. That OPI call against Sutton. What the hell was that? Fuck you, refs. Week 18. What a bittersweet way to end our season. And Staley is really stupid for risking his players and keeping his starters out. And we still won in the end. So, you know, you're dumb, Staley. You're really dumb. And I hope they keep you forever because you're not that good of a coach. But no, actually, if Chargers staff or front office is watching this, he's a great head coach, and I hate him. And I hope you guys keep him because he's really good, and that's why I'm saying that he's dumb and stupid, because I actually secretly want him.
Guys, that's not true, but I hope that they believe it.
You know, there was some mistakes, especially towards the end, but we finally scored 30 points or more. We finally scored 30 points or more. That's absurd. And we won. That's nice. It's really nice. You know? Like riding off into the sunset, except all you had is a mule and a pack of seeds. And that's realistically what this is. You know? We are heading off into some future, and we have something. It's like every other year. We have something to build upon, to grow. And if we get the right head coach, we're headed in the right direction, hopefully. Now, before I do reach the end, let me talk about my one-day trip to see the Broncos play the Chiefs at Mile High Stadium. I did honestly consider selling my ticket for a loss, because why would I want to go see the 3-9 Broncos? Why would I torture myself? Well, a week before the game, I thought it over and I said, fuck it, I'll go. I bought the tickets, flew in early from ABQ to Denver at 8:30. Then got some McDonald's breakfast because, you know, I couldn't be bothered to look for something else, and the line was moving pretty quick. Like, they're pretty efficient there. Anyways, after having breakfast and, you know, sitting down for a while, being on my phone, I walked around the airport sightseeing, trying to figure out the airport, because I had never been to Denver International Airport. In fact, it had been a while since I flew on a plane. Well, just flew in general. Probably since high school, so 4 or 5 years ago. Anyways, it was a really nice airport. And once I figured out how to get around, which took me no less than an hour, I rested up and then took an Uber to Mile High Stadium. I arrived there an hour before the gates opened, and so I went to where the players, you know, walk into the stadium. I got to see some of them, you know, I got to see Russ, and up close, I got a picture of him. And I got a fist bump from Justin Simmons. That's so fucking cool. Oh my god. I'm fanboying over it. But yeah, I got a fist bump from him. So cool. I got to see some other players too. And it was nice. After an hour of, you know, seeing players walk in, I put on my apron and my chef's hat. This is what I wore to the fucking game. I wore my KFP apron over my John Elway jersey and a chef hat with, you know, Russ, please cook. And I had 2 other chef hats. 3 technically. I had one in case we lost, and one in case we won, and just a blank one. And So if you saw somebody with a chef hat and a orange apron that had, the KFB stuff on it, and that was me. Yeah. After I walked into the stadium, I, walked around, visited the team shop, looked for a Pat Surtain jersey in a size large, but I couldn't find any, so didn't end up buying anything. Then I got myself some chicken tenders and a beer, and at the time it was pretty good. It's pretty good, but I was like really hungry and tired, so I took my beer and my chicken to my seat, which was a really good seat. I liked it. It was a really good seat. It's just that okay, I'm not gonna complain about that. I enjoyed my meal and saw them practice, saw the team practice, saw Mahomes come out, and throw, and Russ too, saw him practice. And before the game started, I bought myself a lemonade. I even considered buying one with vodka in it, but no, I didn't. I didn't want to get buzzed while being alone. I think, not that I would have done stupid things, but I just would have. I don't want to be drunk alone. That's not a good thing. Anyways, the game started. Nothing good happened. We were being blown out 27-0 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and I considered leaving at the midpoint of the fourth quarter if this kept up. Then magic happened, We scored, touchdown, played Judy, and then we got the ball back after Mahomes threw a pick in the first of 3, and we scored again, and we were going to get the ball back. So, really happy. When during halftime, I went to use the restroom and to grab another lemonade and a slice of pizza. The pizza wasn't good. It made me miss the Marlon Mack touchdown, but whatever. We played really good. We didn't score on every drive, but we were really doing good. And then Russ got knocked out. He got a really bad concussion. It wasn't until later that night that I saw how bad the bruise he had was on his head. That was scary. Yeah, we scored, but the game wasn't the same. And a little side note, I saw Russ, once he was brought to the sideline. He was still there. He still had his helmet by his side, and he was talking to Hackett and the staff. But they didn't want him to go back in, and it obviously was good that he didn't go back in. But he wanted to play. I get the feeling that he wanted to play. And he felt bad. He felt like, if you saw him on that sideline, you know what I'm talking about. That dude didn't want to just leave. But they brought him to the blue tent, and that was that. And, I already had respect. I had respect for Russ, but that just meant that, that touched my heart. And call me, oh, you're soft. You can call him corny. You can call him, really eccentric and a bunch of other things, but don't doubt his love for the game. Russ loves the game. And you could argue he's like a really weird teammate. Maybe he is, but he knows what he's doing. And I honestly, especially now at the end point of the season, Hackett was really holding us back, the whole offense. How does Roseburg manage to... Yeah, I don't know what Hackett was doing. I think he was just scared about losing his job. It's like those things where you're scared of losing, so you just try to do the minimum and not do too much, because you think that, oh, well, if I hold back and if I don't mess up as much while not doing as much, they're going to think that, well, he's playing it safe. We tried playing it safe, but that's not how you play football. I mean, safety is important, but I'm talking about in the sense of, winning. You play to win. Hackett didn't go for it on 4th down several times. And I know that's, not every time do you have to go for it on 4th down. But he always played like he was scared. He always coached like he didn't think we could win. And that's something that I ended up understanding, halfway through the season. His coaching, he really didn't know what he was doing. He had to get help. He had to get a play caller. He had to get a person to help him manage game time. That's just not the signs you want to see on a head coach. Anyways, Ripon scored. We were 1 score away, and then Mahomes threw our pick to Josie Jewell, second pick of the game. Simmons also got a pick in the first half. So 3 picks by Mahomes. That's funny. But having the ball, I just knew we weren't going to make it. And then ripping through the pick. And honestly, what could you expect? We lost. Well, that was that. I couldn't be mad at the team. We played really good. We played hard. Maybe if Russ had not gotten injured, we might have won the game. Of course, that could be me being delusional too, probably. As I walked out of Mile High Stadium, to the chants of the Chiefs fans doing their oh, or was it that? No, it was oh. I don't know. It was one of those. Just they're like, was it? Oh no, I think it's the other one, the tomahawk chant. I don't know, but that one chant that the fans do. It was the second year in a row where I had to hear it, and it was disheartening to say the least. But I just thought, well, is it gonna be like this every year? If I come here every year, and are we gonna experience the same thing where we play really hard and we're so close and yet so far because we lose? Is it gonna be the same? And I felt a little hollow, not gonna lie. 14 straight losses to the Chiefs. That's just insane. My second year in a row going to see the Broncos, and they play hard, they play their hearts out, and we lose. That's part of the game, though. I didn't cry. I'm not lying. I didn't cry. Don't think I cried for a second. I definitely felt a little broken inside, and I felt a little hole in my stomach, but it was okay. I flew back home that same night, and I was back home, and it was a fun day. It was a really fun day. I wouldn't trade that experience for any other. I don't regret going to that game. I really, that's a memory I'll cherish, even if it was a loss, because it made me understand that this team isn't bad. It just isn't, especially later on. Fast forward to Hackett getting fired when we played against the Rams. Fast forward to us playing the Chiefs again, and we got within 3 points this time. Mahomes threw another pick. That loss didn't feel as bad, but we still lost. And there was like a BS call. That was really bullshit, wasn't it? And then finally, this past Sunday, which is yesterday for me, the January 8th, the Broncos scored 31 points and we beat the Chargers. And they had their starters out because Staley's a real smart coach, and I hope they keep him. And we won. We got our 500th all-time win and 300th home win. And it was a really bittersweet way to end the season. Hackett was fired, and Jerry Roseberg showed that this team is just like, I don't know, maybe a coach away from being solid. And even in spite of the injuries, we played well. Like, there's some mistakes, there's some things that we're missing, but we're not a bad team. We're not a bad team. I refuse to believe that. I think, I don't know, we're not as bad as, say, the Vikings or the Cowboys. I don't know, I just feel like those teams are missing something. Because year after year, they make the playoffs, and yet they just don't win. We're not that type of team. If we make the playoffs, we play. Like, they play too, but it's just like a whole different thing. I don't know. And I'm not ragging on Cowboys or Vikings, even though, as a Saints fan, partial Saints fan, I hate the Vikings. Obviously not like hate them, but fuck you guys. And I really don't hate the Cowboys. Mostly I hate their fans. And Jerry, because their players are solid. Like, they always have good players too. I think Hackett probably was one of the major problems. And I hope that the front office learns their lesson on hiring a guy who's never been a head coach before, or somebody who's just not as experienced. In fact, we're going to be hiring Sean Payton and Dan Quinn. I hope we get Sean Payton. I don't know about Quinn, to be honest with you. I'd rather us not get somebody who's with the Falcons during the historic collapse. But, hey, it'd be cool. Another connection between my teams. Former Saints head coach Sean Payton to Broncos. That'd be nice. That'd be really cool. Imagine Russ and Payton get a freaking Super Bowl ring. That'd be really weird. That'd be really cool, too. Russ would make up for, screwing us out of one. Although, realistically, that Super Bowl, it was our fault. Our offense was ass. when that was literally the only reason we were in that Super Bowl, because of our offense, but they stalled. And, Legion of Boom destroyed us. And that would also make up for his throwing a pick to Malcolm Butler at the 1 yard line. Although I don't know who called that play. Was it Russell Wilson or was it Pete Carroll? I feel like a lot of people put that on Russ it's like a 50-50 split. I'm not going to look into it, but I'm pretty sure it's 50-50. And then, but yeah, I have high hopes for next year for the Denver Broncos. Unlike the Rams, who, they might lose McVay because, I don't know, he's running away from the grind. And if he runs away, if he leaves, well, we're probably going to lose Aaron Donald and Stafford. Wow, that's awful. I hope that doesn't happen. It's just one season. The Rams we were plagued by injuries, so it's not like everything was our fault. And then the Saints, I don't know what their situation is. They have good players, but they don't have a QB and they don't have a solid head coach. So I don't know what to make of it. One more thing, honestly, as a Rams fan, I want to apologize on behalf of them to the Lions and Jared Goff, because you guys played great. You could have made the playoffs if we didn't play awful. Obviously, there were some egregious calls in that game too, but we should have won. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we let Jared Goff down. I'm sorry that we let the Lions down. You guys should have made the playoffs. But hey, keep on doing your thing. I'm rooting for you guys. Really, you guys have a bright future too. And you guys will, especially now that Aaron Rodgers is just losing his mojo. And the Vikings are always frauds. They're always just like, they're regular season winners. And if they prove me wrong, well, fuck me. But hey, you guys really have a wide window. And if you don't go with Jared Goff, that's going to suck. But I understand, if you want to draft a QB, fine, go ahead. But I feel like you guys have a special thing going. Goff, Jameson Williams, and DeAndre Swift, and your receivers. I think you just need to improve your defense a little. And you guys are a scary team. And you're a fun team. That's the most important thing to me, honestly. Just having fun. That's why I watched the Broncos entirely, and I missed some Rams games because they weren't as fun, and they weren't a complete team. The Broncos, in spite of injuries, they were a complete team, and the Saints, they're just a mess. And I feel like you guys have something special. So if you guys will have me as an honorary Lions fan, then I'll gladly be one. And I know I already have 3 teams, so how am I going to pick up another team at this point? You might as well pick up all of the fucking teams. But no, I'll root for. If for some reason the Rams and the Lions play in the playoffs, then may the best one win. Or the Saints and the Lions. Although I doubt the Saints are going to do anything in the next 3 years. They're definitely going to have to rebuild, even though we have such good players, and it's awful. But that's all for the video. Thank you for watching. Honestly, I've re-recorded this 3 times because at several intervals and several times I thought I need to speak louder. I need to just sound more clear, and I slur my words when I talk casually. Why do I do that? Because I don't talk too much. When I talk in real life, or when I talk to other people, I just respond in 1 or 2 sentences. I don't go on and ramble. And with this video, I'm just talking freely. Even though it's scripted. It certainly is scripted. Because if it wasn't scripted, I'd just go on and probably repeat some things. I'm sure I repeated some things in this video, but I don't know if it's because I also speak Spanish and have a little bit of other languages mixed in my head that I slur my words sometimes. Or if it's my mouth doesn't open wide. I don't know, but I slur my words a lot. Did I have a stroke? No, I didn't have a stroke. Just kidding. But, maybe if I had made videos in the past, I would have more experience talking. And honestly, I should have tried making videos back in high school. But the past is in the past. And the only reason I'm saying this is because, this video does feel pretty amateurish. Of course, that's the point of making videos on YouTube. They're going to be amateurs. They're not going to be up to perfect standards. And I think that's a little bit of the fun. That intro and the intro montage. I personally, I had fun making it, even though I know it's rough around the edges. I hope you guys had fun too. The talking part might have been the weak point, like I just went on and on. But it's a recap video. It's just my opinions on the season. I'm not an analyst with, you know, statistics and stuff. Maybe one day I'll go into that, you know, well, not go into that, but, you know, add that to the video. This, I just wanted me to get my feelings and thoughts across. I didn't want to be like specific, you know, like, oh, we only got 13 points per game, or we only got this amount of points per game, or we had so much penalties. I didn't talk about the fact that we were like the most penalized offense, right? I think we were, or the most penalized team in general. Hackett didn't have any control over the team. He didn't discipline this team enough, and not like the Fangio way where, you know, the team hates you by the end of it. But he wasn't head coach material. Okay, I went off on another tangent. Sorry about that. But I hope, you know, by making videos, that I get to share my thoughts and feelings with others. And if you have anything to add or comments, or you want to let me know something, or want me to improve on something, or just want to, I don't know, ask me a question, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I'll answer it, because, you know, what are the odds that somebody's going to comment on this video? Besides bots, I'll be like a hawk on bots. I'll be sure to fucking delete all that spam. I hate bots. Twitter bots, YouTube bots. You guys are in Steam. You don't know how many fucking times I got added to get scammed out of my profile, or, you know, out of items. I hate them. Okay, another tangent. I do got a Blood Meridian video planned before the end of this month, and also maybe another video on an anime, but that anime one should be like really quickly and not as edited. The Blood Meridian one, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, to be honest with you. It's gonna be scripted, but you know, living here in New Mexico, I should have the opportunity to, you know, visit some places and film. Now, that's not a promise that I'm gonna film any landscapes and stuff. I might just use stock footage, but we'll see what happens. And I really have not high hopes, but, you know, I have expectations for that video. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully both will be done and delivered by the end of this month. So I hope that you can support me. Be on the lookout for those videos. Follow me on Twitter. You know, Klutz Loser at... That was my Twitter handle. What's my Twitter handle? How am I forgetting this? I'm so stupid. At StreakyKL. You know, the Megane IRyS profile picture. Same here. My YouTube has my Oshi. IRyS Watakuris. But yeah, thank you for watching. Klutz, and my name is Luis, and until next time. What's a good Klutz? Klutz you later. That's awful. Klutz you later. Klutz you later. Catch you later. Klutz you later. Klutz you later. Bye.
Dangerous ways. Dangerous. I call this one the fork and knife. I call this one the blind sword. Big bite. The drop it low. The left-handed. The wielding. The upside down. Here comes the airplane. And the most dangerous of all, the rapper.
Huh? Sorry, my brain's not processing.